Hey everyone, how's it going? So here we have the extra bonus plunge kills that didn't make it into the last top 10. I've curated and sorted them into amusing accidents, kamikaze clips, and big brain 200 IQ plays. I think I'll use this opportunity to be a bit more relaxed, more personal, a bit more behind the scenes, perhaps. Like this plunge topic, for example, got just about 100 submissions. So in the past, when a new Souls game released, like Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne, the submissions could spike up to 1,000 submissions per topic or more. But in quieter times, before Demon Souls comes out, it's more normal to be around 100 or 200. Let's jump straight in. We have a treat here sent in from one of the most well-known submitters probably. He sends in a lot of stuff. If you missed the announcement last week, we're opening the main top 10 series to include all the FromSoft games. And to celebrate that, Comreed sent in one of his recent Bloodborne plunge kills. And let's just say it's Comreed doing what he does best. A triple ladder kill with Ludwig's Holy Blade. He's so good at finding these locations, all the ones that hang above the ladders. It's so cool to watch. Anyway, let's move into the categories now. All the rest are Dark Souls submissions, starting with kamikaze clips.
Top plays of the week. Corner Zao. This is ganking? No. Double we got.
These are entries with extreme self-destruction. As you saw, the previous one was in the Ulasil elevator shaft, and this one's heading that way too. With DM Nico double teaming the Havel host in the township, although I think the invader just respectfully leaves them to it. The host just wasn't allowed to escape as Nico shoots down after him, striking him in mid-air. 666 damage. Elevators are Satan, confirmed. Last kamikaze clip features the Fall Guy. Great name for this topic, by the way, I highly approve. He's ganking in the Road of Sacrifices with a friend. They've come up against the ancient, tried and tested invader technique of camping on ladders. This must mean it's time for poop. The host shoots the invader down with a repeating crossbow. The invader survives the fall with his Tears of Denial safety net. The white summon decides to yeet himself down the hole and become a human cannonball. Next, we have the amusing accidents category. First up, the Allfather wants everyone to remember the importance of the cat ring. I love how sneaky she thought she was being up there. Probably couldn't believe what a great plunge opportunity she had. Should have thought about that a little longer. Wildfire's here to show us how it's done. He's invaded into the Irithel dungeons on a pretty unique looking intelligence build, and as he spies the host is on a high ledge, he swaps to the cat ring before even engaging. He backstabs the opponent onto a lower ledge and then follows up with a Crescent Moonblade. And once again, gravity consumes another unprepared soul. And for the final clip in the amusing accidents category, we have Go-Go Zebras spawning in Pontiff as an invader. He spots the host's health bar below and, very tempting, I'm sure most of us would do the same, he decides to go for the most poorly timed plunge attack of his life. That is a disaster, and it feels worse too, because imagine if that was the other way around and he did that to the host instead of his ally. But unfortunately, shame on you. Switching things up for a second, I've got something pretty cool here. We have a standalone submission from Jam Jam and Sheriff Woody. They've sent in what might be the longest, highest plunge attack ever recorded in a Souls game, so this is pretty special. But if it's so tall, why wasn't it in the top 10? Well, I would call it unofficial, and you'll soon see why. One of them is dressed as the top Sombro Solaire, and he's spending absolutely ages trying to pull off a specific jump. It's hard to do. Using a strategy commonly seen in speedruns, he quits out mid-air to force an out-of-bounds spawn. And now he's on the ledge and can summon his friend as an invader who's been doing the exact same thing. While his friend with the thick thighs invades in, the Solaire character uses the out-of-map exploit to drop attack from the Unofficial township into the old Duel Arena pre-game lobby. If you played the original Dark Souls, this place will be familiar to you, but if you joined recently with the remaster, you won't recognize it because they replaced this. Because of this exploit, we find out two interesting details. First of all, of course, we have that amazing new plunge, possibly a new record. I mean, it beats the previous record in the last video by a 1/10 of a second, depending on when you start the timer. Either way, both have almost 5 seconds of airtime. Secondly, and a bit more strange, it turns out you become immortal in this Twilight Zone. For whatever reason, the plunge didn't kill him, because you can't go below 1 health point here. Up next, we have the 200 IQ category. Grimm is the Reaper, invades a 3-man gang squad in the Consumed King's Garden and deals with it in the most creative way. It's strange how you can actually stand inside those elevators in the first place.
Oh my god, I got him!
It somehow knocked the host into the lift as it began descending, and therefore he clipped through the floor because elevators. Rex is in the 200 IQ club for his smart preparation. As he invades into the high wall of Lothric on his low-level glass cannon build, he spots the host with summon and quickly decides to jump across these rooftops and set up an ambush. He uses the rest gesture to conceal his red tearstone aura behind the rooftop, since the obscuring ring doesn't hide body buffs. This plan worked so well. The white summon got erased out of existence, and the host just pulls the plug as soon as he hears the dragon roar. Matthew is roaming the ring city, but gets sniped from out of nowhere. Clearly he's been invaded, and being out in the open when a concealed enemy lurks nearby is never a good situation to be in. The problem is, initially he panics and attracts all the various mobs in the area. This eventually leaves him trapped on this side of the bridge. With enemies moving in, the invader draws closer. He's going to have to come up with something. The 200 IQ plunge onto the Harald Legion Knight triggers a specific execution that completely cancels out any fall damage and saves him. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the invader.
What the f just happened? What? J'ai sauté sur la tête du j'ai sauté sur la tête du crabe, puis comme genre mon corps était sur sa tête. Oh my god, j'ai jamais vu ça dans l'histoire de Dark Souls.
To wrap up this special bonus episode, we're returning once more to the Dread Heap, the famous location in the second Ring City DLC, with many long falls and soft ash piles to land on. Bill's invading on a 120 Dark Chaos build with the obscuring ring on to conceal himself from the host, who is actually directly ahead, about to take the huge leap of faith, just taking him out of his reach. In case you missed it, the next topic is top 10 comebacks. That's for the 3 Dark Souls games, plus Bloodborne and Sekiro. Guys, Demon Souls is getting a fresh, standalone series for itself. Can't wait for that. Subscribe so you don't miss out. And one final thing, I've been thinking of trying out a live stream for the first time more than ever before. Some of you might have seen I've been playing Among Us with a bunch of other Souls guys every weekend, and most of them stream our games. It just made me feel much more reconnected to the community. I just don't know where to start, whether to do it on YouTube or Twitch or what to do. Alright, time to end with a very intellectual closing statement. You're gonna have to have a very high IQ to get this one, let me tell you.